Shazam made me love a character I did not care for before. Shazam was never really a personal favorite character of mine. I didn't really care about him because I hardly knew of him. He's a kid who says Shazam and gets superpowers, but that was all I knew, that's it. But listen to me when I tell you, this movie made me love this character. The trailers sell it as a goofy YouTube skit with slapstick jokes thrown everywhere. And most definitely, it is goofy. It by no means glosses over the heart and soul of the story being told. Because at its core, it's about family. It's about soul-searching. Shazam still makes you feel that passion and love behind the characters and what makes them feel so dynamic and unique. The film tells you why Billy's been running away from orphan home to orphan home. It shows you why he is the way he is at the start. And dude, yes, you can predict how things are gonna end up happening. But when it actually happens, when that soul-searching arc is resolved and the resolution matches what you predicted ahead of time, and you still start tearing up because of how beautiful it is, that's art right there. Making the predictable refreshing. It's not about the what, it's about the how. How it interprets Billy Batson's internal struggles and how he copes with all the negative things that's happened to him. Why they're doing what they're doing. Stories like this that focus on the how and the why rather than the what are usually more interesting than those that are the other way around. The plot in this film is fairly straightforward, but the motivations that drive these people are much more complex. The way they build up themes of abandonment and isolation through not just Shazam, but the other kids is what gives this movie so much personality. It gives it an identity. And the way they close most of the conflicts towards the end just makes the characters all the more relatable. Underneath all the capes and the grand superpowered punches, this is the most human story told in this franchise. Yeah, there's some pretty dated memes. Yeah, there's some dodgy child acting. And if you're expecting this movie to be flawless, then you're gonna be disappointed. This movie isn't great because it's flawless. It's great because all of the empathy and compassion between the kids are so emotionally resonant with the theme. They overshadow the technical faults it has. There's a consistent theme of having something to prove or not feeling good enough throughout, but it never makes the movie feel completely hopeless. I've had a problem with some films where the movie would be funny, sure, but oftentimes the humorous moments would undercut some of the consequences the characters go through. Finding that balance between humor and consequence is essential in any type of storytelling, and some movies I liked back then just don't hold up as well because of that when I rewatch them. But thank the Lord, Shazam pulls it off. When they're cracking jokes, it plays off organically. They're kids who just discovered one of them just got superpowers, so they naturally mess around and sometimes take things too far. Humor isn't just thrown in there as an afterthought. Matter of fact, it's actually pretty integral to the internal structure of the entire movie. It adds a layer of authenticity to the characters, as it makes the kids genuinely feel like actual kids. The chemistry between Billy Batson and Freddie Freeman is amplified through it. It helps make the people talk like real people. You hear that, CW? You can write jokes without it ruining your characters. That perfect balance between humor and consequence makes it, to me, one of the best coming-of-age superhero stories put on screen. Shazam has one of the most ridiculous-looking outfits of DC. The cape makes it look more ridiculous than the outfits from The Incredibles, which I love, by the way, and that kid-like soul in the film adds so many more dimensions to it than it would have had otherwise. Zachary Levi gets crazy inventive with his body language as a grown adult playing a kid. There's this thing in Hollywood where, save for a couple of great performances, kids don't talk like kids, or kids don't act like kids. They either talk like robots, or the dialogue they're given sounds like something a disconnected, out-of-touch executive wrote. This could have easily turned into Zachary Levi playing a cartoon caricature disguised as a guy playing a kid playing a superhero. And I'm so glad this movie strayed so far away from that trope. The back and forth he shares with his best friend is one of the most sincerest things I've felt from a DC movie in a very long time. Freddy isn't just a hype man to Shazam the way the movie markets him. He's Shazam's anchor to the real world. Maybe an unconventional one at that. If you were looking forward to seeing how Shazam would look down upon society as he gained these new godly powers, having to be their symbol of hope, then you should probably run away from this movie as far as you can. Shazam doesn't aim to be artsy-fartsy. It doesn't aim to be this religious take on a godlike character. It's not a Shakespearean approach to cinema. It's a heartfelt movie that focuses more on the human aspect of Shazam than the godly aspects of him. If you've always wanted more human stories with the DC characters, if you liked Wonder Woman but was deeply disappointed by its jumbled third act, then Shazam is it. The best thing a movie could do is just make you care. Make you care about Shazam, make you care about his friends, his family. And the movie did that and so much more. It's an A- from me. Oh yeah, on a side note, Warner Brothers, can you please not be greedy troglodytes today and not copyright this video? Great, thank you.